Sharks, will he be able to chomp down on his old team and have him for dinner, or is he going to struggle against a team and knows generally how he likes to play? I feel like that's one of the major talking points we have to look at when it comes to this match.
Well, I actually like what Sharks did there, because it's like they played the DreamHack Dallas Masters qualifier, where Isurus actually make it to the finals, and in the qualifier they beat Sharks, so Sharks buy their best player. That's how you do this. You just purchase the people who beat you. And we'll see if that's going to happen here. Reversive, a good flank already after the initial kills go the way of the T side. They've still got a good opportunity to get the bomb down, and JNT already going to be putting it to the max. But down the vent we see the T's go. They're going to have a good after plant position here. MBL seems to be aware and starts that rotation alongside Reversive. However, they won't be able to come in from any other angles just because there's still the rotation being held. I don't know if the remaining T is actually going to know that just yet, but I imagine JNT will make his way down the vent, and he actually gets the kill onto MBL as well. Leaving Reversive alone, 3 players to find and no kit. There's no chance for him here. JNT with a big pistol, and Sharks off to a good start.
Yeah, and I think Nuke's going to be a really frustrating map for Isurus here, knowing how good Sharks can be on a map like this. And obviously, both these teams having 1 win under the belt. So we talked about in the first match, both teams with losses. Loser of that, most likely be relegated. Winner of this match, most likely going through straight to the finals. We'll see, obviously, as they do have 1 more match to go into tomorrow. But in a very important match for, obviously, both these 2 teams, just like in the first one, but for different reasons. We're seeing the CT side buy up into this. Look at this exit again, get straight down to the vents. They take some damage, but they get down nonetheless. They get the bomb here, but in the meantime, 1962 does get the kill on a Leo. And Marin finally finding the opening inside the vent, does make his way down, and Luke is already going for the plant.
T-side have taken a lot of damage, but they've now got the time on their side, and I wonder if the CT side are actually going to be still going for this. It looks like they at least want a challenge from ramp. But the remaining players are being fairly slow in their rotation. Lucan, one of the Argentinian duo, will be looking to get fairly aggressive here and actually lose his life. Look how low the remaining players are. In fact, it's only low players remaining. They've got here, but have they done it fast enough? JNT is going to be rotating around. He just needs to kill the person attempting to defuse the bomb, and even then, they might not have enough time, and that's exactly what he does. He stops the clock. The defusal's not possible now, and a big play from JNT 2 rounds in a row. But even still, massive cost caused by Isurus and Sharks. They're just about going to survive.
I was just having flashbacks to Daps. Looking back at the EG match there, the 1-on-4 to save the round. He only gets 2 kills, but he takes the round nonetheless. A very important first one to MBL. I'm surprised no one was able to rotate in time to help out, to prevent the diffuser from actually falling. But they do rescue an AK, so at least get 1 weapon off of this. And Sharks, well, they should have the money to at least force up into this round. Especially since, well, I'm imagining Isurus is going to be saving with the pistols, obviously, throughout this one.
That's the thing. I don't know if they will. Like, there's a definite argument here to go for a buy. Like, you could get another rifle onto 1962 because the amount he has. A FAMAS or an SMG could be dropped by Max. You've still got the Scout. And then you could just get a couple of SMGs, and you know that your opponent's economy is on the brink. Like, there's arguments for either direction. Of course, you could just let the remaining weapons try and be like heroes in this round and try and do extra damage. But, well, I'm definitely interested to see what Isurus are going to do in this scenario. I do like the sort of Sharks team for like many different reasons. So, like, we've seen them move to North America. They're the only team really that we have here that seem to have at least a decent map pool. Like, they got the 1 permaban, but then they're willing to play everything else. They're the team that has adopted Vertigo and Nuke, which, considering the opposition that they're playing against here, that puts them miles in front of everybody else. But also there's the other thing that, so from what I know about Brazil, they're a very proud nation, at least in football or soccer for the people here. I can't imagine like the sort of support of like Argentina. Like, they have a rivalry. So to see a team pick up 2 players who are clearly that good and have this mix, it's not something you see too often. Like, I don't know any other teams that actually have a mix between these 2 nations. Also, I don't know many Argentinian players in general. So the fact that Sharks have managed to sort of pick up the talent from that region and put them into their team, I think is an exciting prospect for at least Argentinian Counter-Strike going forward.
I don't know why you say soccer like that. You're in the US.
Soccer.
People are just going to hate you for that.
I don't care.
Well, a little bit of a tech pause coming through. I think it has been sorted out. I believe that was on the Sharks side, but we should be getting back underway. And well, we're not going to see Isurus go for the investment. Then we'll have a couple of pistols and some minor utility to use, but Sharks forcing obviously back up into this concern. They won 2 rounds. And J&T, who already has 5 kills and is leading the way for his team, might be looking for some more play with the MAC-10. Some more dollar bills in his pocket. He's going to push straight forward. Does have 3 players here to find and does have some backup as well. And NBL, well, he'll get 1, but quickly be shut down. Reversa, though, in the meantime, has got 1. And so is Max as well with the AK that he saved from the last round. Now it's all on Leo. They didn't need to force into this round because Max has pretty much done it all.
He's managed to be that hero. Of course, if he's dropped, then there's a chance, but Max is going to do it all. A great round coming out from him. And that will be a big, big start to this match for the CT side. A boost to their economy, their finance going to be flying high as well. Well, this really is that sort of interesting matchup. Like, you get the mix of the different Latin regions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we have here.
Noxie going to be back on the AWP. Saw him be very successful yesterday with it. Sharks, in the meantime, looks like they're just going to rush up or try to make these pistols work. 1962 can be waiting to receive reversive there as well. These start hitting some shots, though, and just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. But NBL playing for minis, able to get more. And the 1 kill that Sharks got with the investment, not really working out too well for them here. I would imagine Exit shouldn't be able to get too much either. Bombs down. CTs have so many players here. You can see Noxie off to the left-hand side of your screen before. Just barreling down in towards Squeaky with an op. And the second Exit peaks, you know he's going to die. Or he should. Knowing my curse, I can't be confident in either way.
Nox has been pretty good. I have faith in him to hit this shot. Oh, okay. Somehow he's still alive. It's whether he gets a kill, and eventually he's just going to be shot through the wall. Nox will close it, make things 2-2, and now the money will be an issue for the T side. But have you ever, this is a question, have you ever cast anyone from either Argentina or Uruguay?
Yes.
Ooh, who?
Yesterday.
Okay.
And also, yes, Argentina, I'm pretty sure I casted in the Overwatch World Cup. Actually, I didn't cast it, but I worked on the show for the Overwatch World Cup. And they were there.
Okay.
I believe.
So other than Max, anyone else?
I couldn't tell you their names, no. No, I can't remember. Like,
No, he's Uruguayan.
I can't, no one from Uruguay, I'm pretty sure. Have you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there's been a few Argentinian players play before.
I've casted in an Israeli team, actually, in Overwatch for the World Cup as well. And they were actually surprisingly, like, pretty damn good. It was nice to see, like, the smaller regions have a presence in esports.
Just a shame they chose the wrong game, of course. I can't let you talk about Overwatch and not trash it. The only Overwatch that is worth it is already winning this game. And that's how you ban people. But here we go. Not much invested. Actually a chance to do quite a bit more damage than that. It's going to be the rotation coming down to the B site, and actually an opportunity to get the bomb down. The rotation's a little bit slow. Like, Max is going to be here, but he is alone. We have a lot of players shooting in his direction. I'm a bit disappointed Lucan doesn't actually just go for the bomb plant. I guess they wanted to overwhelm the one man that was here, but they failed miserably. And that's going to be a 3rd round onto the board without a single casualty for the CT side.
I'm trying to think if there's any in League of Legends. I know I've casted like a Mexican team in League of Legends in like 2014 or something like that at Gamescom. It was like a international World Cup qualifier or wild card qualifier for Worlds or something like that. But they lost like really quickly.
No.
Anyways, into this because we have the pistols, or not the pistols, the guns bought up for Sharks. So I was trying to say, ESG's JNT already at 7 kills, having a strong start, and NBL's gonna get caught on the rotate on outside, so early man advantage for Sharks. I wonder if they're actually gonna go for like the set smokes towards outer almost every round, then just at least whether or not you commit a player there, it keeps Isurus guessing. In case some attention turns towards that spot. I think that's going to be Noxy pretty much in the vicinity to defend that. And Max, he's 9 kills. He's been the staple for Isurus here. 143 ADR, and he's been hitting quite a few good shots. He's the reason they actually won their first round. Oh, and Leo, I don't think he spotted Noxy out. I don't think they actually did see each other. But it looks like the push will come towards ramp, and Max is going to have a tough time here.
I would say that he's been doing very well so far, and once again, he's going to get that opening pick, but more importantly, fade away. There's already 2 players actually on this B site. The only real worry is if the T's don't go that way, and they're going to start rotating back around onto this A site. 1962 seems to be even unaware of the potential of this push. He's so homed in. It's Reversive who finally makes a look in that direction, and he is going to be found straight away. 1962, the timing! He's going to get caught from exit, and Max has been spotted and heard running behind them. The T's find the hole in this CT side defense. Max is still going though. A second kill for him in this round. Already firmly into double digits. And looking for that little bit more. His teammate can't really do too much here. The AWP, not the greatest gun for retaking. Looking to try and get onto the edge of the smoke, and JNT has to be a little bit careful here if he's going to be ready, but he does. He gets that kill, and Noxy makes the decision to just try and save his gun. And it will be a third on the board, but just look at the cash, Jason.
I was honestly thinking maybe that should have been a save outright, because Noxy was the one with the kit, and he was sitting in towards mini. But the money on their side, I mean, I guess they try to go for the investment, maybe get a couple of kills so they can keep the T-side economy a little bit more controlled. But finally, Sharks strike back. They take another round. Let's see the map of their choice. And they're not looking too terrible, to be honest. I mean, it's just kind of Max who, if he doesn't get these 11 kills, we could be looking at potentially like a 6-0 start, because no one's really been able to step up. You saw 1962, he had an unfortunate round. It's caught turning at the wrong moment while it was inside of HUD. And well, speaking of it, Nox is actually going to push up. He's going to get aggressive looking for the shot, and he's going to get it. That time on to exit. More importantly, back it away to stay alive and getting a man advantage reversive. Oh no, the timing again. So unfortunate.
He has the reverse Spider-Man. He looks away from danger whenever
kind
it
of worse superpower to have.
Yeah, whenever something's about to hit you, you move further into it. But he doesn't die at least. He is still standing. But already the T's have made the cross. They're going to be rotating that bomb down below. Max being left as the defender. The thing is, with the man advantage, they can make these sort of gambles. It's mainly going to be onto him. If they get this kill, they get the bomb plant. They have the after plant positions. They have players already in place. However, with nothing being spotted for a while, they will pull 1962, but he's going to go looking back in the other direction. So again, Max is going to have a fairly crucial role in this round as to whether or not they survive.
I like how they kind of smoked that off too, to force 1962 to maybe head back towards site. So there was like an angle to play from window here, but Lucan's going to continue to push in. Lucan will get the kill. Now Max gets completely blinded up, but he somehow gets a double spray down. 1962 did enough damage to Mayron to allow that to happen. Lee going to catch him on the rotate. Will deny any sort of ramp play, and that puts Noxy all alone against 2. And yeah, he might as well just save it.
I don't know if he is. He
Okay,
dropped his orb. He dropped his orb, so yeah, he's trying to fight for this. If he was saving, he would still have the more expensive weapon, or at least you hope he would. But I think they know that Leo's low, so that probably gives him that little bit of hope. But now the door opening, that gives away his position, and both players are able to look back, and more money. I don't think it's quite an issue yet. He'll be able to drop a couple of guns or go for the AWP and drop a single gun. I think there was another player with 6,700, so they should definitely be able to get another buy into this round.
I think that's what kind of why in my head I was thinking he should save it, just because they would basically be bankrupt after this round. Like in terms of throwing every cent into this, keep the op, you can drop the 2 and maybe look to have a strong buy. But, you know, maybe feeling the 1v2. We have seen bigger turnarounds. We saw, was it Mayron yesterday in a 1v4 win on Dust 2, which should never have happened. Then again, there's a lot of mistakes in that match.
Well, yeah, I actually spoke to to Bertio earlier, and he was sort of saying like they wish they'd played Sharks on the third day, because he said like they made a lot of mistakes yesterday. They did things that they definitely shouldn't have done, and well, I think that was evident in the match that they actually played. So much better from them today, of course. They won the series earlier on with a fantastic comeback on Train. 10 rounds in a row to take the victory, 16-13. We'll see what Isurus are actually going to be able to do in this round. They do have the AWP. It's Reversive who actually takes the hit onto an SMG, and a couple of players also don't have any utility and only a single kit. So definitely a few pieces missing here. J&T. And very easy kill over to Nox, but they do know where he is, and that trade will come in quickly off the back. No support really available for the AWPer. Reversive, well, very good timing there again, though. It's looking like the trade's going to come in. Actually, Lucan takes the majority of the damage instead.
Well, 3-on-3. Man, the one with the bomb trying to rotate back in with his team to help out. Looks like they might try to push out a Squeaky. And I think Reversive is basically the lone defender, though there's still going to be Max in the vicinity to help out. And 1962 actually coming in towards a mini, so the perfect stack for Isurus. The smoke comes in. He gets a spray down to the first, but there's going to be 2 more players to find. And Mayern somehow takes the head off. It opens up vents actually for him. They're going to charge straight down. 20 seconds left to go. And they should be able to get the bomb planted after that. Wait, okay, for some reason I thought they were going to go back up or out of nowhere. And there you go, exit with their catching the rotation out of Reversive, leaving Max alone against 2.
Has been their best player so far, and he's looking to continue it. Doesn't have a kit though, so needs to try and win this battle fairly fast. Baits it out. Nice shots as well. Just clinical with his kill on to exit. And he is going to net his team a 4th round. This man is on fire at the moment. 15 kills to his name. Running the show at the moment. There's nobody even close in the server.
I love how I saw actually on one of the other players' screens, he was spamming into the head. That was opponent really putting the lay down on him. But yeah, Max. Just waiting it out. Gets him a 4th round, and you can see the buy by the Sharks is not ideal. 3 SMGs, 2 rifles. But to be fair, at the same time, Isurus is lacking quite a bit too. They're gonna push straight in towards the vent. 1962 trying to help punish them as they do get 2 players down. Now it's Noxy the one to try to hold the site. As that first kill, smoke comes down. I think Mayern's not feeling too confident about getting a plant here. He's gonna have to potentially back away, but they're gonna be down 2 players. With so much time on the board, I feel like Sharks are just hoping that Isurus get a little bit too cocky and push out into them.
It seems like they're fairly reliant on mistakes here. A weaponry disadvantage, a utility disadvantage, and more importantly, a personnel disadvantage. Seems like his teammates are actually going to try and make a rotation back outside, but they don't have smokes allowing them to cross, and Mayern is somewhat in no man's land. There's still a player watching for them to go outside. I think they're just going to try and sneak their way through. That's the goal. Like, not actually use any of the utility they have. Try and meet up with their teammate. And in all honesty, there is only 1 defender of this site at the moment. However, a very fast rotation available for Max. I think there's even a 2nd player around that angle as well. So yeah, 1962 should be able to get back, and it just leaves the T's with a crossfire that they should never be able to get past. They're going to rely heavily on exit to be able to get an opener here. And they've only got 15 seconds as well, so I think this is going to be impossible.
Altov comes in, Max gets forced out. Noxy's still waiting though, and that's gonna be the first kill coming through. You can see exit down to the lower portion. Gets one, Mayern as well, 4 seconds left. They don't have even the time to plant the bomb. They weren't even close to it. And Sharks, they get some damage done, but they throw away the round.
Yeah, I do think it'd take maybe a bit too long to make the decision of where they're actually going to be going and how they're actually going to meet up with the bomb on the other side of the map. And it just seemed like a weird round.
I expected Mayor to exit positions to be switched, where Mayor was going to be the one who comes to the door to plant the bomb, and exit was going to be towards window to look for kills.
I think it was based on guns. Like, because he had the AK, he wanted to take the ranged battle, and then he gave the SMGs the chance to get at least a little bit closer to the man who's going to be on ramp. It wasn't ideal. I think their scenario was kind of screwed from the get-go, and now they're going to try and just brute force A, but it seems like the CT side are starting to expect this. Good start from the AWP once again, getting them that opener and reversive. To get a little bit aggressive. This is just player after player being caught out, and yeah, this isn't the old UMP. Current version definitely can't win battles like that anymore. Nuke at least able to get one, but I think that might be all. As the CT side are going to stabilize once again, and the T's are going to run out of cash.
I think Noxie's watching this angle too. All right, relatively close to it, you can see. Well, Lucan trying to make some money, I guess. Maybe do some damage. But you can just see the two players protecting Bobby. And yeah, they're just going to peek out and drop him. And Isurus will take another round, 6-4. Building up some good steam here on the CT side. Did we actually even do predictions? I don't think we did predictions for this, did we? Like, with the full death?
I think they just knew that we were all going to pick Sharks.
I mean, we did, but, you know. Okay, well, you know. I'm curious to see what Davies' picture would have been if he didn't get Dustin's point from yesterday. We only got to see one of his four shots.
That's the thing, and it doesn't really matter what Davey chooses, because production just give him a bonus point anyway, so.
Up against pistols. Again, Noxie, I like how he's been kind of rotating around different positions. Obviously with the op here, he's been playing towards the outside for a good couple of rounds, but he has shown he can play, you know, in towards mini. Seen him, I think, even at ramp once. And I'm really wondering, are Sharks out of strategies? Are they completely dry in what they're trying to do anymore? Are they second guess themselves? Have they figured out a potential plan? Obviously, no rifles here, so it's kind of hard to look into that. But they just, I don't know. I expected a little bit more out of them, I guess I'd say. But with the way Max has been playing, maybe that's the reason why they haven't been able to get too much on the board yet.
Well, I think the other problem as well is because of the way that the rounds have actually been going, they've had like 1 or 2 actual buy rounds, and then it's just been like weird ones where it's like, okay, we've had some pistols in there, or we've had like an SMG in there, and even the rounds that they've actually won have been very, very close. So I don't think we've actually seen a full buy. We haven't seen an AWP at all. Well, it means that any of the executions that they would want to throw in would be quite troublesome. In fact, one of the main rounds they actually got, which started things off for them, was that wraparound outside where they just managed to find a hole in the defense at the right time. This time, MBL is going to go down, but once again, they've got 15 seconds. Like, this is nowhere near enough time. If anything, Exit just needs to die, and, well, 7-4. Isurus, they get another one, and it's fairly clean.
Well, they should be able to buy up into this strat, and credit to Isurus, who, well, I mean, they did force it into overtime. Up against Infinite, 19-17. They did win on Mirage, 16-13. But they didn't have like a clear victory. It was still really close for them in both their matches, and right now they're looking pretty damn solid, to be honest. Maybe the day of playing gave them a little bit of a warm-up, and obviously time to look over some demos before getting into this match. But now this is the big buy, the big boy buy for Sharks. No op just yet, but still. They got the rifles, but can they hit the shots? And more importantly, can they pay a little bit more of a closer attention to the clock? Because that's been one of their enemies, to be fair.
Much faster rotation here this time. It's actually going to be the AWP for the CT side. Maybe just expecting some of these plays now. They've made the same rotation around every single time, but J&T still manages to connect the shot. I think that was actually through a teammate as well. Smoke going to go down. Max trying to, well, just do all of the heavy lifting. It's been his job so far, and finally they've managed to put him down. That could be the difference with his 17 kills missing. MBL, though, he's dropped the bomb. He's going to buy some extra time for the CT side to rotate in. Reversive. He's managed to get another one, but now it is left all on to 1962. And he's going to need 3 kills. If he's going to stand a chance here, they could even just rotate back to A if they really wanted to play the game, but instead they bait him out with the plant. And they will get themselves onto the board. And one of the things that Sharks have been doing a little bit better over the last few rounds is actually doing some damage. Like, the CT side money was kind of crazy when we looked a couple of rounds ago, but forcing a few rebuys, making them spend some of that cash, it leaves the CT side with a buy, but already it's starting to get weakened. And if now Sharks win this round, we go from saying, oh, maybe that they run out of ideas to, oh, okay, this half is theirs.
Yeah, we're looking ideally, what, 7, because Isurus is going to have to save in the following round. Noxie's going to be back on the AWP again, though. And Leo seems to like to push this outside position quite a bit. We've seen him do it time and time again. And they will get the wall of smokes down another time. Again, it's a little bit of a one-dimensional T side, but if it's getting you kills and it's getting you rounds, you really can't argue too much with it. They definitely like to take outside, get down towards Secret, and obviously work off the positions here, especially towards the window room. But this time, Noxie's ready for it.
He was ready for it last time. This is the exact same position. He's in the same place. We'll see if he gets the shot. They're just pre-firing him. He's playing the same place. And they've Molotov that almost every single round, so making it a bit tough for him. I think they initially started Molotoving that because Max was here, but it's now going to be the AWPer. I don't know if it'll be as easy as last time to kill him off. They really did just do it in a matter of seconds, and while the cross comes in, Mayan is the bait. Unfortunately, there's actually no one there to get the kill. They're just going to go for the bomb plant instead, but it still sets up this CT side in a 4 versus 5. Leo up close needs to at least get one, ideally more than that. But they're just going to be trying to utilize the clock.
Oh, there you go. James gets the first. Leo's going to be there. James gets the second. Comes around the corner, wildly spraying and does some damage. Yes, he might have been able to actually force him back enough, and Luke can finally flanking him from behind. Noxie, he'll eventually die down to Leo, and NBL has actually been able to get on the site. He's in a 1-on-2. He has no kit. Pretty sure he won't even be able to defuse the ball anymore as he gets rushed down, and Luke gets himself a double. So there you go, Sharks. It's worked in the prior rounds. It worked again, hitting down towards lower. They put themselves on 6.
Yeah, I think they've just found the hole in the defense. In all honesty, like the way that we saw the CT side playing is the way we see a lot of teams playing, where you have that aggressive hold on the A site, you have 3 players or more, and then you have them rotating later into the round. So what they just started doing is, okay, they don't have that strong a B hold or retake. It seems like the retake's actually the weaker of the 2. So they just started just rushing down outside, and there hasn't been any fight there. There's been no aggressive out-take from the CTs whatsoever. I think it happened once, and the player got instantly killed. And so they've just opted to dominate. And look at the CTs now. They sent 4 players B, and can you blame them? It's just been a rinse and repeat for Sharks, but I can't take anything away from it. Like, if your opponent doesn't challenge outside control, if you're able to just have that for free and get down onto the B site and plant without any real risk, then of course you're going to do it.
So they're going to try to catch him on the exits. Maybe get, actually, well, not even that. Maybe heading back towards C-spawn, and JNT's got the SG, but he loses out on this. The USP's proven to be a little bit too strong. Exit now going to peek out for the spray down, and he'll get all 3. Sharks only going to lose out on 1. Had to bite my tongue there. I was getting a little bit afraid, actually, with Max still alive. But Max, actually, speaking of him, he was on 17 kills, I think, at least 3 rounds ago. And he's been shut down relatively well out of Sharks, so credit to them to hold back the standout player from the side of Isurus. But into the last round of the half, I mean, what, 5 is generally normal on train? 7, potentially 8. When this is a good map for Sharks, that's got to be deadly.
Train or Nuke?
On Nuke.
Okay. Well, here we go. Nades going to be thrown out. This has been a strong T side nonetheless. Now they finally switch things up. They finally go for the battle onto A, and you can see there was more out of control this time. 1962 trying to do it all on his own, and he's not going to be able to. Reversive has made a rotation. Does actually manage to get a kill. He's got support from above and manages one more. Over the Molotov should be all she wrote. As Sharks are going to close out the half with a victory. A strong start to this map coming out from Isurus. They gave us some hope that they were going to be able to fight this and really, well, basically give us a match on our hands. But then the Sharks seem to wake up. They find the hole in the defense and start to exploit it over a few rounds, destroying the economy of their opponent. And now moving forward, they go into the CT half, the stronger of the two, to try and close out their map choice.
I just step up and make it happen, it's a lifestyle. Living young and restless, yeah, we quite wild. If I want it, I'ma get it talking right now. And I ain't got no regrets, it's my time now. Lights out when you see us talking moves. You don't know that's the topic. And if you talking juice, well then you know I got it. Nobody got it like me.
Well, everyone, this is the last match of the penultimate day of the first group stage here at the North American ESL Pro League. You can see Max starting out with 17 kills, but I will say this, Tom, he has been playing so well, but there's been, I think, at least 5 rounds with no impact from him, and I don't know if that's just because Shark's been doing a good job of just dodging away from him, or he's just been shut down.
They moved him. No, because it was what started off.
It was him lower, right? And they put Noxy there eventually.
Sort of. He was playing ramp, and they kept going ramp, and then he rotated. So what they did was they went, okay, they keep going ramp, let's bolster it and have another player down on B. But instead, that just meant that when they just went B, Max was not the first person on the scene. And he was kind of like trying to get in there a little bit later, get his in-game leader Orpa out the way so that he could do the damage, and never really happened. JNT, this is just wonderful. A firing range for him. Surprised they're still fighting him. I'll be honest, this is... This is looking like he's trying to do the full 500 damage in this round, and he's well on his way. I'll let Jason do the maths and work everything out for you, because I know how much he loves to do it on air.
I think he's at 135 ADR after this round now. Sorry, 135.7, so I guess 136, because he gets rounded up.
Okay.
If it actually comes at 136, I'm going to scream so loud. So just giving you all a warning at home. If you haven't turned the volume down for my voice alone, you're going to want to if you hear me scream.
I normally turn it off when you're casting, but you know.
Yeah, it's understandable. Mayern, by the way, we're talking about the highs of Max. Well, the lows of Mayern in this map, he's been struggling. Only 5 kills in the first half.
It's T-side Nuke.
Yeah, but he was super impressive yesterday. Let's see if he can change his stars here. Luke can be the first one to respawn. The bomb is making its way down towards lower, so look at the plant. Look at the extra money from it, but a 2-on-5 with 10 HP between the two players, not very realistic. Let's get a little scared there for a second, knowing my commentator's curse, but that would be Sharks taking the pistol round.
If he got a 5 HP ace clutch with you saying it wasn't possible, I think you should just quit. That would have been the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That'd be the shortest comeback to Counter-Strike I've had.
Yeah, you know. Get ready for the next one.
Yeah, give me, maybe a couple years.
But this was, yeah, just slick.
Oh, so close. 3 off.
Almost.
Can I give like half scream?
I was almost proud of you.
Sound a lot like my dad.
Well, we are going to see the investment in. Not the most common one. We normally get a couple of SGs. But it isn't going to be happening this time. They're going for the utility. Maybe just burst straight out onto the A side. The pre-fire going to be coming in as they try to make their way down the vents. I say try, they succeed, as they will get their way towards the B side very quickly indeed. Rotation actually not even going that way. The CTs haven't bothered. They're just waiting. I don't think they've realized. And now it's finally going to click in the minds of Sharks that they do have to go on a retake. There's still 3 players on the upper part of the map. This is curious. I think they're all trying to hold off rotations. This could be a bigger problem for them, though. Nice shot from 1962. We'll give them 1. Now the rotations start to finally come in. I think the CT side are a little bit confused as to what's currently going on. They need to get onto that bomb. MBL going to be baiting them out. But the thing is, the time. There's just not enough time. He gets 2 kills with 1 deagle shot. Hello. That's not bad. And Isurus, just based off the vent drop, are actually going to get themselves the W.
Really not sure what the Sharks were doing. I'm trying to think, how many players do they have on the upper bomb site and how many do they have towards ramp? They just let them freely walk down vents. They get the bomb down. They had time to set up for the after plant. And then they take the second round. Even if they didn't win the round, getting the bomb down 2 rounds in a row like that, still would have set them up nicely. And now, maybe with this timeout, the Sharks can think about what they can do in this round. I mean, obviously on the stronger side, but you don't want to let too many rounds slip away. You don't want to get Noxy going or Max. Either way, though, that's the way the cookie's going to crumble. And Sharks will just go for pistols with a scout. And Isurus, they rescue 3 M4s. That's just ridiculous.
That's a pretty damn good way to start off your T side. And the CTs, well, they're going to have to try and do something pretty impressive in this round once again. Looking like some out of control is going to be had, but it seems like this might just be a bait. MBL trying to make as much noise as he can, running and jumping. Helps him avoid any bullets, but he also wants his opponents to think he's gone in that direction. It's actually going to be the push coming in on the other side. JNT hits the shot with the scout. Actually gets the second one as well. Gives his teammate a chance, and Lucan with 2 big kills, exits, caught another one. Bear in mind, 1962 only has 28 HP. He goes down, is onto reversive. Now it's Sharks' turn to win a 4-spy round. As the CTs are in such an advantageous position, the bomb is dropped on the B site. It's only really Leo who's still up above. Reversive, I don't know how he's going to get out of this round. It's not been the craziest of performances from him. 40 seconds left. 10 second to kill. Not too bad. Molotov should be able to force out one of his opponents, but Mayan surprisingly makes his way past. And the time diminishes. J&T hits the shot, and what a way to bounce back. But how many weapons are they going to save? Because from what I saw, they only got one.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 on ramp. 3 on ramp, actually, in the end, because Lucan got 2 kills there. I think Max picked one up on the kill he got prior. I was honestly getting real scared there. I thought that 3rd kill would have come through with, like, the last shot of the Deagle. But they get 1 M4, 2 M4s, and AK. Don't see actually how many of those. I think they say, what, 2 guns then? Because you have Exile 2K and Mayonet 2K.
Well, it looks like...
And they kept the scout out of JT.
Yeah, they kept the scout, and then I think the only person to really buy was Luke. There we go. Once again, out of control going to be taken. This has been a point of contention for both teams, and the rotations from Sharks has been pretty slow so far. And this is just going to be a straight B play once again from the T side. And I don't blame them. They've been able to get large amounts of success getting the bomb down in that direction. J&T already going to be going down. Nox as well has been spotted. He gets dinked, but a shot back even more impressive in return. And I wonder if the CT side might just have to make the decision to save here. I think they've already lost the round.
Maybe Isurus should just stay play with pistols, because they seem to be doing a lot more with that on the T side. Just a fast play.
I'm quite confused how neither side seems to have any control of outside whatsoever. Like, even somebody spotting. Like, you should be able to tell that they have sent that many players down to lower. And that's normally when you see a player rotate. Like, at least someone onto ramp. Like, even Isurus were doing better than that with, like, having Max able to rotate from ramp, or having Noxa as well. This could be big. Can he get anything in, though? But yeah, I'm actually very disappointed with the fact that that has now happened multiple times, where pretty much Isurus have just run to B, got the bomb down, and Sharks are out of the round already. And there's been no resistance there, even if they just sent someone around secret. But the norm is that, okay, sure, you stack that up a bomb site, but you have someone spotting or at least listening outside for all the footsteps. And then the second that happens, you drop someone down the vent and you instantly have a cross onto when they come through lower. But neither team has done that at all. Think about how many times when you've been watching a Nuke game where a team goes down secret and there is a player on either set of stairs or holding from the vents. I would say 9 times out of 10. The fact that we've now watched maybe 4 or 5 rounds in this game where a team has managed to get onto the bomb site with no resistance at all is just insane. And the fact that it's happened 2 rounds, or maybe even 3 rounds for Isurus, and we're only at the beginning of their T side, it kind of gives me a bit of a brain aneurysm.
I wonder if that's just due to the kind of meta within the regions of how they play. If that's kind of like the style where they like to give up outer control but not actually contest it even when they make their way down secret. But even then, I would always be a team that would look towards the top, you know, look towards Astralis. How do they play out this map? And just do it like they do.
Or just any, like, decent team. Like, it sounds like a burn, but, like, it's genuinely true that the fact that that has happened so often is really worrying. Luckily, they've had a bit of a switch up. Like, you can already note that Lucan's having a peek around that area, and J&T has actually just taken up the mantle of holding a secret. And it's needed. Like, that can't happen that many times and just be like, oh, that's fine.
Max is still only on 1 kill since the first half, and that was quite a few rounds into the first half. Leo, though, going to spray down to 1. Thanks a bit there to help out, but Max just going to open up the site. J&T did manage to get a kill. I think he came out vents. He's trying to go for the spray down, but luckily, Lucan will be there, and they'll win the round. They'll survive with only 1 player, but still win the round nonetheless. The money, not bad, but not great for Isurus. They had 3 players on 4K or above. Still very scrappy rounds. We haven't had too many just straight up clean ones.
I have to say Lucan's probably been one of the players I've been most impressed with from what I've seen so far. Like, some massively high impact rounds in the match yesterday, and I'm sure he's not top of the board here, but he seems to be the more consistent of the players. T-side once again are going to try and force the issue. It does seem like the loser of this force by war may even lose the map. I think it's obviously worse for Isurus here if they keep forcing all of this up and then Sharks get to build up cash. That would be as bad as it gets. But by the looks of it, they're going to try the same as last round and attempt to brute force into this A site. It's not actually a bad call because there's 2 players currently on the lower bomb site. Exit, going to be waiting, trying to hold this off. He needs at least another kill here, and he gets it. At least puts it into this 2 versus 2. Rotation going to be coming in. It's Lucan and JNT, the 2 best performers so far. I think they're waiting for the bomb to be planted, waiting for some extra grenades to fade, and sort of hoping that when the bomb is planted, or they hear it being planted, that there'll be a position not being watched.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. What a shot out of Noxy. I did not expect that to happen. They're still going to continue to go in through this upper bomb site, though. JNT want to play in from heaven. And luckily, there's only 1 flashbang to contest with for him. So it is going to be doable. The problem is, finding out the second player is going to be tough. This flash of his will give away his position. Catches reverse of looking. He spawns a second player, but Noxy again. He'll get his 3rd of the round, puts himself on 20, and wins the round for Isurus. Very important for him to step up like that when they needed it. It's 1 step closer to tying things up.
Yeah, again, this is going to leave the CT side with absolutely no money in the bank. The last round was just 1 man surviving, and they're going to force it again. I suppose they've managed to do more with less, but it's not an ideal situation for Sharks. Every single map they've played in the tournament so far has been a close one. It's definitely not been the dominance we expected for them. Leo on the site. His teammate already getting overwhelmed. He peeks out, almost manages a second. Should be able to find it. Switches back for 1 more. Then leaves it on to just reversive. What a play from Leo. 4 kills in this round. Shuts him down with the deagle. And out of absolutely nowhere, their money looked ruined. It looked like the T's were about to build. And Sharks still win the round.
I can see it now. I know exactly what he's thinking. He's going to tweet out after the game. Bet that commentator won't be talking about me being the worst rated on the team anymore. Fantastic play out of him as well. Like the switch over to Noxy and to take that extra half second just to aim up the shot, realizing how important it was going to be. That just saved him the round, and now he's just going to go for their last time out. And they have no money. Sharks, this should be a relatively clean-up round for them. And it's weird to see Mayer at the bottom of the scoreboard for him, but luckily JNT stepping up. Leo in the last round, Luke and Exit, everyone generally on the Sharks team having a good game. You can almost say the same actually about Isurus too. Reverses had a couple of good rounds. 1962 on the CT side has fared pretty well. It seems like the most consistent player out of Isurus has just been Noxy.
Yeah, I think it was Davey said on the desk that pretty much he is their everything. It just looks that way. Like, he really does perform very well with his AWP. He gets openers, he throws good nades. He's the highest rated player. Like, he's leading as well. They're going to go for this again. This time is actually caught. And well, finally the utility does enough for the Sharks to section them off. Exit. He's got to be careful not to get caught here. Trying to pre-fire the other angle and does just that. And this force buy has failed miserably. Noxy can't even save them this time, and this was my worry. This was the moment where I thought things would go wrong for Isurus, is if the CT side win that force buy battle, you're now going to give them a load of money. They have another chance to win a flawless round here, where the finances of Isurus are going to be smashed. Then it goes what, like 14-10 likely, unless something goes incredibly badly wrong. And then the CTs have a load of cash. So it's going to be tough now. The Ts really are going to have to do something impressive, show us what they've got on the T side of Nuke, which is something that not too many teams have in their arsenal. Exit, this is so aggressive. I think he just has to fall back here. He really wants that kill. Doesn't want it all to be in vain, and he is going to get it. Not a bad man to take out either.
I feel like the downside, though, of that, if you pushed out and you die, you give them over a free weapon.
Yeah.
And there we go, straight on out of Exit, gets 2. Max, is he gonna get the bomb? And he does get down, so they might get the plan off the back of this. I assume they're gonna chase as quick as they possibly can. Luckily, they do have a player. That's gonna be Lucan watching from ramp. They get on to 14, they only lose 1 player. And as you're saying before, with them getting these clean rounds and winning up the force, they're basically gonna have a bye round every round until this match is done, whether it goes one way or the other. So it's gonna be tough, definitely tough for Isurus to swim their way back up to a tied scoreline. And you can see AK's utility, yeah, will be there. Not a terrible buy. But if they lose this round, that might be it.
Well, yeah, and the painful thing is Sharks have been a little bit lucky with their pistol rounds. Like, they've had a couple of rounds where someone has just gone absolutely nuclear with the Deagle, like, be it on ramp or be it on the site in the form of Leo, and they now close this map out. I feel like Isurus are going to feel a little bit hard done by. Like, okay, if we just managed to convert our rounds, then we'd probably be in the lead here. Exit. Looking like he's taking a big risk once again. Getting out of this position is going to be difficult, especially now. Even a pre-fire! How does he get that kill? I think 1962 actually switched off his gun in that moment, and oh, that is a painful opening kill. Interestingly, the CT side have 2 grenades left after 55 seconds.
Well, they will have given up control of ramp. However, they still have 2 players down towards the lower bomb site. It's not too big of a deal for them, and it seems like no matter what direction Isurus go, they're going to be met with some opposition, if I can even speak here. And Leo, he actually might have the opportunity to pick up a couple of kills if they head towards Squeaky. Max going to be the one waiting as 1962 looking to come out of hut. The patience out of Leo. Realizing how close they are to pick up this victory, and he's going to take the head clean off of Max. It's going to be a 2-on-5 in reverse. Has been able to get behind them, but he's all alone now. He's lost his teammates. He shot his gun. He's given away his position. And you know what? This is going to be a tough win for him, but he's able to take down 2, and eventually J&T will shut him down and put Sharks on 15. And Isurus don't have really any money. I think it was about 3K per player. What do they do here? Do they try to rush events again? But we saw the amount of utility used early on out of Sharks.
He seemed like the guy who, like, turned up to the bar on the wrong day. Like, he was just like, I'm here. Where's everyone gone?
Yeah.
Just a load of people.
I was like, what are you trying to say about wrong day? And then I got it. No, maybe he was from Europe and the dates were switched.
Maybe.
Came months late. It's the 17th month. What's that? But look at the buy.
Is it a leap year?
Oh, Lucan. Again, that's just random aggression. It was exit inside of hut. Now it's Lucan towards ramp. He's gonna know they're coming. Nice little pop flash comes through, but he still gets 2. He's almost getting the 3rd as well. I'm not sure how he gets that much done. And now Marin's gonna be there. The bomb's now down, and the hopes of Isurus are gonna fall as they lose their last player. Sharks gonna take the first map 16-10 and be 1 map away from being 2-0 in the group.